Man United's injury midfield situation is far from ideal, but have they stumbled across another solution? Lisandro Martinez came on at half-time for Bruno Fernandes for Man United, and whilst to have a like-for-like of Bruno Fernandes was unideal, what we saw from Licha was a player who looked really comfortable in midfield and has offered almost for me a solution for United going forward. The thing with Lisandro is he's very press resistant, so when he came on I kind of wasn't worried from a United perspective that he was going to get caught on the ball much, because we've seen from him playing as a centre-back or as a left-back, wherever else he's played, that he's very comfortable on the ball. He's good at dropping a shoulder. He's good at giving the opponent a false sense of security and keeping the ball close to himself. He's a very technically complete footballer. His passing range we've seen is immaculate. You know, some of the diagonals are fantastic, but he's also trying to break the lines a lot of the time. He's trying to punch passes through the middle, which we saw today as well to Xerxes a few times. For me, I'd have reservations about him as being that sole defensive player, because he sometimes jumps a bit too much. Obviously a very aggressive player and can take himself out of the game sometimes. But I thought today his aggression was really good in general. I thought he was fantastic coming on for United. I thought he was very tidy on the ball, completed all of his passes. And again, whilst it's not ideal as a Bruno solution, once Kobbie for United hopefully isn't a long-term absence, him and Martinez could be a very fun option to explore. We all know how much of a big problem that midfield for United has become, but in Martinez, they could have an internal solution which arguably gives them a reason not to buy anyone in January and allows them to maybe focus on a Semenyo who's been rumoured, for example. Or regardless, it gives them a technical option in midfield who's good on the ball or great on the ball, very technically complete, a good forward-thinking passer as well. Today, there wasn't really the options to punch it as much as he probably would have liked to, as you saw a lot of the time. He was keeping hold of the ball to try to play the ball between the lines, but there wasn't really options. But he was really good. He won his duels, he made an important tackle on Rodgers as well, and he was really good. And I think his defensive vulnerabilities have almost come as being a centre-back, obviously his height, and because he's been a bit off it in terms of his and because he's been a bit off it with his injuries in terms of kind of jumping and getting ahead of his man first, in midfield, that's not quite as important in terms of his height. Like, if you're up against a top striker, you need to make sure you're arriving early so you're in front of him. Could Lisandro Martinez be an option for United going forward in midfield? And could he potentially stop them dipping into the market for a midfielder? Who would United fans' ideal choice be? I'd be intrigued to hear regardless, but could this be an option?